John, welcome to the show.
Absolutely, happy to be here.
It is great to have you. What are the main takeaways from this IMN so far for you?
For me, the one that stands out is optimism, right? There's a lot of uncertainty in the markets and volatility that's going on within real estate, but there seems to be a strong optimism that real estate can survive and come through stronger than it was, and so that's always nice to hear compared to the other side of that. So, yeah.
In your personal opinion, what is it based off? Is it based off historical data? Real estate always comes back up top, like eventually. It's cycles and all of that, and people just kind of expect for the cycle to come back and the good times to come back, or is it more to it than that?
I think it is cyclical, right? It always has been historically, and so and I think real estate will always be cyclical. I mean, I don't want to speak for forever, that's a strong word, but that cycle I think provides opportunity at any given point in that cycle, depending on your investment strategy, and so it's always interesting to see how people react to that cycle changing and how they're moving through it, but I think you're right. I think the cycle is something that will always be there. Where you get in and where you get out, obviously, is up to the beholder in terms of value. But tomorrow the sun will rise and there'll be more real estate to be had for sure. So,
in terms of short-term, mid-term challenges and opportunities for your clients, what do you see?
Challenges, definitely if you're building or you have a strong rehab to be done in an asset, the supply chain uncertainty, the volatility in the market with supply chain is one that's prevalent today. In 3 months from now, maybe it goes away, right? We don't know, and so that uncertainty is something that you have to kind of manage and deal with. And if you already have a project that's ongoing, you're obviously being impacted by any supply chain issues that have been going on. In terms of opportunity, multifamily real estate is one that's a unique asset class. It's one that will always be needed, right? People need somewhere to live, and so how can you attract the right tenants? There's technology that's coming online, it's come online, that'll always change, that I think generational groups will be attracted to. And so depending on your demographic of your tenant, what can you use to attract your tenant in a way that's maybe different from your neighbor? There's obviously opportunity for that to adapt and create that demand that exists.
What are some things that you're looking forward to in 2025 and beyond 2026?
I think letting the capital markets play out a bit, right? What's going to happen in those capital markets? How are they going to react? How are interest rates going to impact investing? We always talk about dry powder, right? There's a lot of dry powder out there to be deployed. Where does that dry powder end up? That's definitely one that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. The debt market, as debt comes due with banks and private lending, how do people react to that? So there's a lot there, I think, to happen. And honestly, we could be having this conversation a year from now and have a lot of different answers. So that in and of itself is exciting.
Yeah, I will actually love to have a conversation with you a year from now on camera and just kind of compare notes.
Sounds like a deal.
I appreciate you being on.
Great. Thank you.